thing that's changing you is the heart of a woman. Hey y'all, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Liza. And it's been a while since I've uploaded. I should have different videos up by now, but if not, this might be the first one. Hey, hello, welcome. My name is Liza. I am a book influencer. I don't want to say pop culture because I'm not getting to that. One step at a time, one step at a time. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And today I'm going to be going through my top 10 reads of 2024. First on the list is For Such a Time as This by Shania Keller. This is in no particular order. This is just random, but it's the top 10. It's a short story anthology following the lives of the Black diaspora in the UK, and it's a very phenomenal read. Like, I really enjoyed it. There were certain bits that were definitely very, very touching. Like, there was a particular story in there about like that kind of delves into religion, but there was religious connections, and our sister Shani is a Christian woman, period, but I really supported it because it's very realistic, very true, and it was just very raw to like our experience in the UK as Black people, and I definitely connected with it. And to me, like, this is a prime example of decolonizing literature, like showing the varying experiences, nuances in our experiences. At least if it's not decolonizing, maybe that might not be the right phrase, but centering Black people in everything we do. And I think to me that is so important. Let's move on to the next one. Tar Baby, Toni Morrison. Guys, Tar Baby girl. Toni Morrison is mother. Like, may her soul rest in peace. Mother. Like, guys, I absolutely enjoyed this. It is a novel following two characters, Jadine and Son, and their relationship and everything that comes of it. And basically, there's sometimes, you know, people are meant to be together, and that's okay. Delves into classism, race, interracial relationships, Black people living in foreign countries, because I think Jadine worked as a model in Europe for a while. It is very, very insightful, very raw, very real, and it still touches on some of the conversations we be having on Twitter, like the Black Twitter space conversations. The fact that, Toni Morrison, you're just ahead of your time. Like, every single time you just do this to me. Gosh, I really enjoyed Tar Baby though. I didn't really, I'm trying to think of how the title connects to the story. But this thing about Toni Morrison, you have to read her books a couple times to know what's going on. You have to, you know, you have to turn it on. Next is Minor Detail by Adania Shibli. I had the absolute pleasure and privilege of meeting Adania at Hay Festival last year summer, and it was an amazing. Minor Detail is a beautiful, beautiful read. It's in two parts. The first part follows the assault and violent assault on a Palestinian girl by Israeli soldiers, and the part two follows a woman trying to find out the story, trying to bring it to life, and trying to trace it back. And it's absolutely insightful. There are many connections I could make to it as a Black woman living in the UK, and also coming from which is an imperialist country, or at least a previously imperialist past, and being of Nigerian descent as well. There's so many connections I could make to this story when we think about like Black people and experiences with slavery and just all the lot. It's just a very phenomenal and beautiful read. I think it's very, very key. And I also was able to get her to sign it. Y'all don't know about that. Y'all don't, can you see? Hold on, let me do it like the makeup YouTubers. I don't think you guys can see it, but my copy is signed and dated, baby. Join the queue. Another Toni Morrison book in my top 10, Jazz. I actually have a video of when I read this in January, and I really, really enjoyed it because it had this omniscient third person speaking, like actually leading the narrative of the book. And we deal with Violet, Joe Trace, and Doreen as different things happen. Crazy things are happening. That is the song for this book, pretty much. But it basically just delves into the lives of like African Americans and kind of looking at it from an outside perspective. And I just think it's just phenomenally beautiful. It really stuck with me, particularly how the third person, like omniscient character, was just watching everything. It gave a tinted bit of magical realism for me, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. Next is Chinua Achebe, Things Fall Apart. I had this for my Patreon book club for the African Writer series. I might be coming back on my Patreon again. I've just been so busy. I just haven't been able to manage it properly. Like, sorry to y'all that subscribe. But I have ADHD, y'all. It's hard. It's hard out here. But accountability and responsibility is key. yeah. But anyway, the story follows a Kwango who's a wrestler and a leader in his village, and things happen, and his story follows how, like, the fall from grace, he receives this prophecy, and obviously he doesn't follow it. That's like the basic tragedy story, like, structure. But yeah, he doesn't follow it, and just things fall apart. That's pretty much it. It talks about the effects of colonization of the African psyche, the themes of gender, sexuality. I think it's very, very insightful, particularly for pre-colonial Igbo culture. You know, there was a sprinkle of misogynoir, but I could see what Achebe was trying to do, the discourse he was trying to have with it, and to me, that's, like, more important. Or very important, at least. But yeah, I think this is a key read. Like, this is a staple read. If you are a lit fic lover, like, you need to read this. Thank you very much. Next on the list is Under the Udala Trees by Chinelo Okparanta, and the story follows a young girl in Nigeria. 1960s Nigeria, civil war is happening, and she basically finds out, oh, I'm gay. First of all, that's the worst time to figure out that you're a lesbian, but anyway, Nigerian civil war is happening, and she finds out she's gay, and things just happen to her, and she has to, and we follow the narrative or the story from her as a child to an adult, and, you know, an older woman as well, and it's just very insightful, very true to the queer experience in Nigeria. It touches on gender, sexuality, self-determination, you know, family, the expectations we have on women and how that manifests, and the effects of that, and like heteronormativity as well. It's just so insightful and so raw, and every page is needed in this book. Like, there's some books where it's like every page is not needed, but this one, I can't say that. Next is Rootless. Rootless had me. I started reading it physical copy, and then I finished it off on an audiobook. When I tell you Rootless, finished me. Guys, Rootless is a raw and insightful story about motherhood in the African community. Even when we are, you know, away as a diaspora, it connects to, you know, reproductive rights, self-determination, coming of age as well, because I honestly feel like this whole coming of age thing, like, some of us are adults. I'm 27 and I still feel like I'm coming of age. I still feel it. Like, yeah, this is just a phenomenal and insightful read, and I'll definitely recommend it to people. I think I might use this book as like my retreat book, because I want to plan a retreat with my friends, but I might use this as my retreat book. But yeah, it is so good, guys. Very beautiful. It's also like from a Ghanaian author as well, Crystal Zara Appiah, and yeah, really good. Next is Drinking from Graveyard Wells by Yvette Lisa Ndlovu. Guys, oh my god, it is a short story anthology following Black women in the diaspora, particularly with Zimbabwe, I think South Africa as well. It talks about women in history, the dissonance you feel from your culture, I'm trying to remember what it's tax, you know, the financial expectations set on us, and so much more. It is very raw, it is very real, and it is skillfully done. And there's a bit in this book, I always have it bookmarked, called where she has a triptych, where it's a story. A triptych is like 3 parts in one, but it's one story with 3 different, it's just like unique, like you're gagging the girls. Like, yeah, I love this book so much. Next is Safia Sinclair, How to Say Babylon. This book follows a young woman's experience of growing up in a Rastafarian household, and it's very interesting to see this experience. It's a memoir, non-fiction narrative, and we usually get these type of stories from like people from like Muslim or Christian households, but to get it from a religion that's not mainstream, brilliant. I think it was very insightful, dealt with the relationship of her father, the history of Rastafarianism. There were so many things that I learned in here that I even had to personally go do some research myself and to delve into, to try and understand. And guys, How to Say Babylon is just like a key read. Like, it's an important, like, I can't wait for her next work. I hope she does fiction as well, because it's just so beautiful. Like, it's just, yeah, I have no words. Last but not least is Remember by Elle McRae. I have an interview with them coming up that I'm going to post on YouTube soon. It should be up by now. If it's not, if it is, I'll put the link. If it's not, it's coming. The story follows Delphine, who, sorry, I just refilm. I just realized I put in a spoiler there. And yeah, we're not supposed to do that. So the story follows Delphine and the plans to blow up Parliament. It is a queer and black retelling of the Gunpowder Plot. There's a law case in there. There's like different historical aspects in there. It's historical fiction, and it's very, very insightful. Now, I know a lot of people are like, oh, we don't want any more slave stories. We don't want any more slave stories. I don't think we should stop telling it. Never forgive, never what? Never forget. I think we should remember these stories and these narratives, and it's important for us to tap back into them to create like kind of binds and correlations between our experiences now and what happened, you know, before. So I think this whole idea that we shouldn't have slave stories or shouldn't talk about books that deal with slavery, I think that's just very irresponsible on our part as a community. I also held a book club event with them, and it was just absolutely amazing. Like, this book is very insightful. There were so many correlations I could make to what is going on as like black people living in the UK now. And if you are a black American viewer and you want, or just American or non-black, or just want to know more about the black British experience, I think you should definitely pick this up. This will be an insightful read for you. So yeah, guys, that's my top 10 reads for 2024 in no particular order. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry if I'm speaking fast. I'm just in a really good mood today, and my battery's running low, so I'm just trying to get everything in. You know, we're trying to put it in. Make sure to follow me on TikTok. Make sure to follow me and subscribe to me on here on YouTube. And also make sure to follow me on Instagram. That I have a lot going on there. I do polls, conversations, different kind of things. Make sure you interact with me, because I know TikTok might be going, so I'm trying to make effort with all these other channels. Ciao. Let's get into it. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. I also have a top 10 ranking for audiobooks, so I will be posting that soon. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye.